Hi guys, 5 minutes before we get started. If you've got anybody in your team that needs to be on, give them a shout, let them know we're ready to go. Mr. Brooks, you're muted.
How you doing, Rog?
I'm good, you?
Yeah, awesome.
So, hello to Brian, hello from Australia. So, hello from the UK, Brian. So, 27 answers.
This will be one exciting call.
Oh, I think so. I think so.
Oh, we've even got Rene on. Rene, how you doing? Long time no speak.
Rene, wow.
There
he is. There he is.
You always look such a cool dude, Rene. Yeah. He's going, I know.
So, also got Genevieve on from Belgium as well. So, we're going well and truly international. Got the Danes on. Got America on. Give Marilee a shout because Marilee's phoning from Texas. So, phoning in, that's an old-fashioned expression, isn't it? Where do I get that from? So, I'm looking to see. Keep an eye out to tell me if you can see
John
or Ollie, please. I can't see them at the moment.
This has gone on to 2 pages, so let's just.
I know. I'm scrolling through the list trying to see them. We're just about to 3 pages. It's 3 pages. What time is it? So we have 2 minutes before we get started, guys. So out of courtesy, we'll wait for until 8 PM, but we will start bang on time for each and every one of you. So,
Shall I what's that, John?
yeah, if you can, please. Yeah, it's only 24 hours late already. Okay. We heard that whistling again. Is that all again? No.
Okay. Paul Wilshire is in a wind tunnel. Okay.
Paul Wilshire's permanently in a wind tunnel. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay, so where are we up to? Right, 8 o'clock. Time for us to get started, guys. For each and every one of you, we start bang on time. So, good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's call. So, I better fill in, hadn't I? I'll keep talking, you keep looking. We have got some stuff that we want to talk about.
Ollie's on.
Cool, excellent.
I'm on.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
John should be here shortly.
Okay, well, I'm still
Is John on?
keep talking anyway, Ollie, so bear with me for a minute. I want to very quickly, with you guys, I want to go through I think most of the people that were on last night, tonight, were on last night, but I'm going to repeat the promotion because you need to realize this and just see just what's available for you, because John and Ollie are the guys that are going to make sure that we win this in a big way. So this is the promotion. Company launched this promotion as of yesterday. 168 people will be in the money, the top 168 recruiters in the company. And the majority of the company do not have what you guys are now going to get today. So first and foremost, competition runs from yesterday until the 31st of July. Qualifications are that everyone has to come on subscription and pay their first month afterwards. As long as they do that, we're in. The number one enroller will pick up $10,000. Remember, this prize has been trebled by Chris Terry at the drop of a hat, just because he had a good week on Bitcoin. He threw an extra 200 grand into the thing. It's like, that's insane. So 10 grand to the first prize, 7.5 grand for the second prize, 5 grand for the third prize, and then 63 people, not 19 as originally planned, 63 people will get 2.5 grand. And then finally, it was originally intended to be 30 people winning a grand. It's now going to be 120 people winning a grand. And with what we've given you yesterday and today, we know that we've got people on this call that are going to win one of those prizes. We don't know how big a number you're going to get, but we know that you're going to win at least one of them. We told you last night about a tool that we brought out yesterday, which was the webinar, and we needed that because of what John and Ollie are giving us. We needed to have, with the number of prospects that we're going to put forward, we simply didn't have enough capacity to do Zooms for you guys. So the solution was the webinar sequence. Simon paid for it. We spent all day putting it up. And we put it out yesterday, and I told you when we put it out yesterday that this is just a clone. It's just there for you to show and send out. And I did say, I sent a message out and I said, there's always someone who jumps the gun. Every time you do it, there's always somebody who jumps the gun, isn't there? Jamie, where's Jamie? Jamie, unmute your mic for a minute. Jamie jumped the gun, and Jamie, well done, mate. Congratulations. Because Jamie was sending prospects to the webinar last night.
From 9 o'clock, mate.
From 9 o'clock. And where is Rob on?
I'm trying to get him. He was doing the academy about 5 minutes ago. So
okay, perfect. So one of the prospects that he sent to the webinar last night has already signed up. We haven't even properly launched it yet. Jamie was telling people all night long, there's a call about to start, there's a call about to start, there's a call about to start, sending people in there. Cracking job, Jamie, well done. That has you off the mark already for the competition, so well done, mate, congratulations. So,
thank you.
Yeah, but then he didn't stop then. He didn't stop then.
Oh, no, he didn't stop then. No, he definitely didn't stop then. He's been sending people to it all day today as well. And we've already just had confirmation of someone who actually physically can't sign up until Friday, but will be signing up on Friday, and has already turned around and said, I'm going to need you to help me sign up and get started. So Jamie's on fire at the moment. Jamie's absolutely on fire.
And Rob's already maybe have his 2 already as well.
That's the way to go, mate. That's absolutely the way to do it. So that's just off the go. Well done, Jamie. That's just off the go before we officially got that started. So tomorrow morning, as soon as we start, every one of you will have the link for the full-blown webinar. It's identical to what you've seen. There's no difference. The only difference will be that all the stats are starting from 0, which means we'll be able to track everybody that's going to it, so we'll know just how effective your prospects are. You'll be able to turn around and say, can you tell me if such a buddy has been to the webinar today? And providing we're not at the point where we've got thousands a day, because I ain't trolling through thousands of them, but whilst it's in the dozens, I'll let you know whether your people have gone to it and we know where we're up to. So as long as the job doesn't get too big. The reality of it is, however, we are going to get a boatload of prospects that are going to be coming on right now. And with the tools that we've got, you're just going to find life significantly easier than it was. Remember what I said last night? It's not magic. It's not going to do it for you. You are still going to have to follow up. You're going to have to put effort in like Jamie is, following people up and plugging people in and chasing people up and making sure we get them. But it's going to make it 1,000 times easier for you, because in the first instance, you're going to be talking to qualified prospects. And the real hard work of getting started with people, that's done for you. That said,
the interesting thing, guys, is what you don't realize is that nobody else in our market has got anything similar. When you see the presentation tonight, you will go, OMG, this is such a no-brainer. Now, I know there's 2 or 3 people that's on this Zoom that hasn't got their DiVA, their automated sponsoring system. And it's not too late. You can still get it. But anyway, without any further ado, can you hand over the controls to John, Rog, and let John take it away.
As long as I can share my screen, I do not need controls. I'd be dangerous with controls, to be honest. I'd just mute most of you.
Okay, in that case, over to you, John. So guys,
right, so thank you very much. When Simon says that literally nobody else has got this, literally we didn't have it until about half an hour ago. This is so new. This is the latest version of this with features that nobody else has got, which I really can't wait to show you. So you're seeing Simon and Roger have not seen this. Let's put it that way. Yeah. So I'm going to run through the very short presentation that I did last time, so we'll leave the scene, and then we're just going to get right into it. I'm going to show you what it looks like from my side. I'm going to pretend I'm a member, if you like, and I'm going to show you what it is like. Well, then we're going to let Ollie share his screen, and he's going to show you what that looks like from a prospect's point of view. So I've just realized I need to just delete my previous data. So talk amongst yourselves 1 second. Roger, can you do a song or something like that?
Can I do a song? You really don't want me singing. There's some things you don't want to hear.
No, we don't. We don't.
So we can. I can waffle. I'm really good at waffling. We can keep things going as far as that's concerned. But no, definitely not singing.
Right. Okay, let's do it. Could you allow screen sharing, please?
All yours.
Okay. Right. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of images. So the way that people connect with businesses always mirrors the way that people connect with each other. And I'll come back to what I really mean by that in a minute or so. There's only a few slides, but this is really, really important. So let's look at Facebook itself. Now, this is the number of monthly active Facebook users worldwide up to the end of last year. And I think that's about 2.3 billion monthly active Facebook users. When I say Facebook users, I mean the Facebook wall itself, the app. So where you'll see friends checking in and people talking about restaurants opening and stuff today. So that is the Facebook app itself. Now, this is the number of mobile phone messaging app users worldwide. End of 2019, it was about 2.18 billion. And mobile phone messaging apps are Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, Instagram Direct, WeChat. So that, that sort of type of platform. In 2020, we expected that to go to 2.34 billion monthly active users. So for the first time ever, the number of people using mobile phone messaging apps was going to overtake the number of people using the Facebook platform itself. Now, what's actually happened is because of the COVID-19 situation, the number of monthly active users using mobile phone messaging apps has just gone totally through the roof. It's something like 2.9 billion on Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp alone. Without taking the others into account, it's totally exploded. Facebook's vision, I mentioned WeChat just before, Facebook's vision is to create the Western version, or everywhere outside of China version, of WeChat. The Facebook Messenger platform, the Instagram Direct platform, and WhatsApp will all be integrated. They're all going to have the one back-end system. It's going to be a unified messaging platform. And you can see they're slowly introducing changes that WhatsApp by Facebook, Instagram by Facebook, they're putting it all together in one giant platform. There's also going to be payments that you can take in there at just virtually zero cost, so borderless transactions for about 0.003 cents. So transferring money is going to be ridiculously easy. If you look at the WeChat model, that's everything. That's business to business, business to customer, person to person, emails, contracts, payments, the lot. That's where the messenger platforms, the Facebook group of messenger platforms are going. And this is why we're doing this. The way that people connect with businesses always mirrors the way that they connect with each other. So if you think back to when email marketing became a thing, and businesses were using it to email each other, they were using it for maybe confirming purchases or this sort of thing with customers, but they weren't using it for marketing. And marketers got hold of it, and it was just an explosion of the way that people communicated. You know, it worked so well because there was nothing to download. People already were there. The customers were digitally already in that space. And it's the same with Messenger. Your potential clients are already there. So it makes sense to communicate with them. I mean, how difficult is it to ignore a message that you get on Messenger or WhatsApp? It's that effective. So 2020, messenger marketing and chatbots are your secret weapon, but it's not a secret now because I'm going to tell about 90 of you, so that's not a good secret. Introducing the Winner's Circle DiVA. We call these our DiVA systems, which is Digital Virtual Assistant. And what it does for you, this is a way to pre-qualify prospects. You can feed people in volume to one end of this, and then don't worry about what they're doing. Just speak with people who have given you the answers. You're notified in real time. It's not a case of, well, I'm going to get an email tomorrow with these people have done this or taken this action. The moment somebody qualifies and says, yes, I want to know about your opportunity, your business, you will know about it. And you're going to get a ton of information about them as well. So you're going to be able to keep track of everything that's going on all in one place. Now, from your prospect's point of view, it's a much more fun and engaging adventure for them to go down rather than going to some sales page, which is, you know, like War and Peace and trying to pick your way through it, or the old days of a 45-minute presentation of some guy dripping with gold and sounds like Jimmy Savile, that, doesn't it? But some guy going on, and you've got to pick out something that's probably not relevant to you. This is very much about them, about the prospect. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to come off this. I'm going to share my phone screen and show you how quick and easy this is to actually set up. Because we made these things originally, and the first version we would put, you know, you'd get your own business page and you get your own ManyChat account, and then we'd put it all on there for you. But it was incredibly difficult. People just didn't know how to do it. So we've put together a system which you can be up and running and prospecting in about 2 minutes. Yeah, and that's all you need to do. So I'm going to try and share my phone screen now, and it's been a day of technical challenges. So fingers crossed this actually does work. Okay, can you see my phone screen now? Someone could let me know that.
Yes, we can.
Yep, can see it. So this is inside Facebook Messenger. So this Messenger app. I'm going to go to the Winner's Circle page, and I can come here. Now this is my members area. I'm a member. I will see different things to somebody who's a prospect. So so you will see one thing. Your customers will see something different, and Ollie will be able to show you that. Now let's have a look at setting this up. So once you've subscribed to this, now I know a lot of you have. And the moment this is finished, I'm going to send you a message from our Superstar Bots page with a link to come in and just start using this straight away and get yourself set up. If I go to my invite and share DiVA, and I'll close this down. We've got various things. Now, at the moment, we'll just focus on your cold market card. Has that just disappeared?
It has, yeah.
It says it's sharing. I'll try and share again. No, that's not letting me share. I'm going to have to just go and get a cable to attach this in. So bear with me 1 second.
Okay.
I'm sure Ollie can think of something to talk about. Yeah, if you could just do your song,
Okay.
do the company song, and I'll be back in. I'll be back in 1 minute.
We'll keep things going. I have to say, guys, as much as I am riveted to see what's coming, Simon and I haven't seen the pretty stuff, but we've seen DiVA working when it comes to prospecting. And when it comes to sending leads through to us, the quality of leads that we've been getting, we've already told you what it is, but they're coming through, and we've just, lots of the objections, the worst objections that you get, the ones that really leave you disheartened, they're taken away with this system. So what we're going to end up with, and we're going to end up with it very, very shortly, we're going to end up with these things going on autopilot. Now, Ollie, you might be able to answer the question for John in his absence. For the rest of our team coming on, we've got our beta testers on, and we've got somewhere in the region of 60 people that are on right now. We've got 92 people on the call at the moment. So with 92 people on the call, that means a third of the people that are on here don't have access to DiVA. We said we wanted these guys on as beta testers, and I know it's going to be down to us to decide when the beta test period is over. And the idea for the next few weeks, as far as we're concerned, is to collect as much data as we can so we can refine those ads, make those ads work better, and try to reduce the cost per lead and make the whole thing so we're generating more leads for the same amount of money. Once we decide that that's okay and it's time for us to switch on to let the new people come in, how quickly can you actually get the new people in at that point? Is it just as simple as John just said, literally a few minutes and they can be up and running?
It's as quick as flicking a switch.
Okay.
We can set the system up so that those that are on top of the beta testers can come on as soon as they want to, as soon as you want to, as soon as you decide in the leadership that you want that.
I know what you're going to say now, Brooks. I can see it now. I know what you're going to say. You've got to be fair to all the people who are already in as the beta testers.
So basically, we could have 190 beta testers.
Well, it's your system. It's your system. If you are telling me that is what you want, then obviously we will do it. No problem. It's entirely up to you.
If they all just wanted 2 or 3 people to join it because they got prospects and everything else, then we're going to smash how many people we got now.
I mean,
hell
John,
yeah.
So that would be okay. That'd
be no problem at all. And John is yet to go through it to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. But the more people you have in an ad co-op, the more powerful it is, because the bigger the budget you have. But I won't steal his thunder, because I'm sure he's about to go into it now. So
Yes, I'm back now. I've gone the old-fashioned route and using a cable for this. So I'm presuming you can see my screen now.
We can.
So what we have here are, we're just going to focus on this cold market card at the moment, because we're actually, I know Roger was talking about the webinar, that's actually going to sit here. So we're going to go for create, and this is to show you how to create this card. There's a couple of things you've got to do. This is your entire setup process. So once these are done, you can go in and edit any part of these anytime you like as well. So the first thing we're going to do, you can add a picture from your gallery. You don't need to take an actual selfie. So like myself and Roger, our hair is always perfect, so we can do these things, but perhaps if you want to be more styled, then you can put something in. So phone number. You've been putting this information into Facebook for years, so it already knows my phone number. All I've got to do is tap to confirm it. I could type something else in, but notice it's got to be international style, so +44 or whatever your country code is. Is that correct? Yes. Next one is the image, so there we go. And I'm going to save that. And the other thing we're going to do is create a video which is to put a real personal introduction on what this is all about. Now, we need to keep it within a certain file size, so don't do it in ultra high 4K, and it needs to be about 20 seconds. So I'm going to go for this. I'm going to tap the camera image and then the circle in the middle, just hold it down. So this is just a demo video. And there we go. Now that's the card set up. In theory, I could just start prospecting now, but there are a couple of other bits and pieces that I want to add on to this. And if I go back to my main menu and invite and share, you're going to see a couple of other bits. Now this is brand new. Nobody else is doing this. WhatsApp. Okay, so the cool thing with WhatsApp is that people don't think they're giving you their phone number. Yeah, so I'm going to add my WhatsApp number into this. Really, really, really vitally important. I've tried to make, if there are any, if you go through this and you think, actually, it'd be clearer if you said it this way, just let me know, because I'm trying to think of a way to put this down for you. So you can see here that it's got to be international format, but without the plus at the front. So yep, so I put that in there. And my Facebook profile. Now, I've already done this, so I'm not going to go through exactly, but if you put no, if you're not sure how to do it, then here's how you do it. This is all in there for you. Clear instructions. You go to your Facebook profile, click on those 3 dots that I've circled there. And when you click that, little video there of clicking it and what happens, you'll see there, copy that link and then paste it in there. And that's it. That's totally set up now. So let's go back to how we go and share these cards. So if I just scroll back up here, there's 3 ways you can share this. So one, nice and simple, invite URL. So this is, you can use anywhere that you can think of using a link, and this is very, very specific to me. So all of you are going to be business owners, members using this system, but you're all going to have a different ID on this at the end. So anyone you send this to is tied to you as a prospect. Nobody else can come into this system and pinch them. They're yours. So if I send this to Ollie, he's going to be my prospect, and nobody else can come and get him. Yeah. So this could go on emails. This can go on LinkedIn. This can go on Facebook posts on your personal profile and your business page if you've got it. It can go on Instagram. It can go in your personal Facebook, just in the header. You can stick it on Tinder for if you're prospecting there. Anywhere you can think of that a URL can go, that's where you can use it. And then let's go back up and find another one. So we've got the QR code. So very soon we're all going to be allowed out. Now what this is going to do is give people this virtual business card that you've just created. All they need to do is you could put this as your, have it as a photo on your phone. You could print it on leaflets. You could put it on a banner. You could put it on the back of a business card. You could, have it as a phone lock screen. All you've got to do is get people to scan it, and that's it. They become one of your prospects. They engage with your system. And what they're going to receive, of course, is what we've just made, which I'm going to show you here. So view my card. So there's 3 ways that you can share this. This is for organic traffic. Now, if I hit welcome video, they're going to get the test video I've just done. There's the image I've just put in. There's my phone number. Connect with me below. Now, learn more takes people through a pre-qualification flow. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to send this to Ollie. And he should have just received that now. So the whole point of this is that I've sent that to Ollie. I can forget about this now. I only want to speak and deal with prospects who are qualified, who are interested about the business. All the people that have got no money. I mean, who's been, sort of been speaking to people and say, I haven't got 250 quid. I haven't got £500 to invest in this. I'm unemployed. I'm not interested. It's a scam. How many times do you hear this sort of thing? You don't need to deal with those people. You just need to deal with people who have look at the information you're going to get as far as a lead goes, and look at what the prospect is giving you and what you can do with them. I'm going to let Ollie take over and show his journey here, but then once he's gone through that qualifying stage, I'll show you what else we've got, because this is far more than just a chatbot. Ollie, do you want to share your screen?
I sure will. Let's get this shared. Right, can you see that?
Yep.
Okay. Put that away. Right, so John just sent me his business card. So I find it in Messenger. I'll go straight in Messenger. Now there's a slight delay on what you're seeing on my phone being shared on the screen, what you're seeing, but there's no delay in real life. It comes up straight away. So there's the DiVA card he's just sent me. If I want to, I can click on the welcome video and see, the message that he's provided me, or I can click on learn more. So remember, I'm a prospect. So I'm going to click on learn more. And for all those wondering about data protection and GDPR, at the bottom there, you can see, and your prospect will see this when they first get started, it will say, when you tap get started, Winner's Circle will see your public information and that you open their link. And that's Facebook covering you from a GDPR perspective. So I'm going to click get started, and I'm going to be taken through a series of questions, which I'm going to read out for you so you don't have to try and keep up with me. Now, there is a delay on this. In fact, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and start it again because it's delaying. So bear with me. There's some sort of weirdness going on with screen sharing today. There we go. Okay. So it says, "Hi, Ollie. It's recognised me. It knows me already because my details are in Facebook. I'm sure you are busy, but I'll be quick. I'm currently in the process of working with like-minded individuals who are looking to create a little extra monthly income, get some more time back in their day, and create a lifestyle that each and every one of us deserves. Is extra income, more time, and a better life of interest to you?" And it gives them the option, if it isn't of interest, for them to unsubscribe. So I'm going to say yes, it is. It comes up with that little sort of dots bouncing as if someone's typing it back, but of course it's all automatic. So let's get started. Please choose one of the options below so I can understand more about your current work situation. If you are currently on sick leave or maternity leave or paternity leave, please choose not working. So I'm going to say working full time. Thanks, Ollie. Would it be okay to tell me why working full time isn't ideal for you right now? Or are you simply looking for extra income to better your lifestyle and achieve more? I would love to hear if you have any specific ambitions and goals in mind so we can look to help you get more out of life. Enter below. So I'm going to say not that anyone's in the rat race at the moment, but that's what I'm going to say. Fantastic, Ollie. Tap below the monthly income amount that would make you want to celebrate and create a better life for you and your family. Let's go for that. Got it. Thanks for that. And so, nearly finished, Ollie. Have you set aside any capital to invest in yourself and your future? So I'm going to say yes, but they may say no. Great. Can you give me an idea roughly how much? I'm going to say £1,000. And then it says, excellent, Ollie, let's recap. You have shared that you are currently working full time and that you hate the rat race, and that and that 2,500 per month could be life-changing for you and your family. So if I could show you a way to achieve that, plus help and support you to get there, would you be open to hearing more about the business? Nobody is going to say no at that point. And if they do, they're mad. So they're qualifying, they're pre-qualifying, they're going through a qualification for you. So awesome, Ollie. You are exactly the type of individual I would like to share my business opportunity with. What's the best way for us to continue the conversation? Phone, WhatsApp, or Messenger? Choose from the options below. Well, I'm going to choose all three for you just to show you. But if I go with phone, and then John will show you what happens on the members side, what you will see. So let's put my phone number in. Phone number goes. And so he says, perfect, I'll call soon. I'll go for WhatsApp. great, click the button below and it will take you straight over to WhatsApp. Now, this is cool. No, you guys are the first people to get this. So WhatsApp. So it's pre-filled this for me. Re-winners circle. I'd like some more information, please. Ollie Burgess, send that. I'm going to go back to Messenger and show you Messenger. And it comes up with John's section of Facebook for me to, if I click on it, I'll show you, click on it, it'll take me to Facebook. I'd sign in and then I can connect with him straight away. No hunting for him or anything like that. Can connect with him straight away and have the conversation in Messenger. So I'm going to hand you back to John now so that he can show you what he has received as the member. So as you guys, what you would receive when your prospect has gone through that qualification process. Over to you, John.
Okay. Now, I will say as well that we've been doing this and deleting Ollie over and over again all day. So there could be some answers in there that he's not put in. Generally, what would happen is you're notified the moment that somebody comes across and gets is qualified, and they then appear in your members area. So I'm going to show you what the members area looks like. Okay, can you see my phone screen?
Yeah.
So if I go to, there would normally be a notification. It's got Ollie's Facebook profile, picture, and then you've got a new lead. So, but if I go to my members area, okay, so this is what your members area looks like. And I can have a look at prospects. I could go straight to him. But you can see there's various bits and pieces of information on here that we've already done. So I can go, all right, well, let's view Ollie. And I can see that he's just clicked through to my Facebook profile. I can see that he's clicked through to my WhatsApp. I can see that he's added a phone number. He sounds pretty desperate, doesn't he, this fella? I can see that he's gone through, he's qualified. So let's just take a step back. And if I just go back to these prospects, there's two areas on here. You've got prospects, and these are people who have engaged with your system but have not qualified. Once they qualify, once they go past that point of saying, yes, I want to know more about this opportunity, you will in real time get a notification from Winner's Circle and a link to go straight to here. And you'll get this, you'll get every single one of these answers. So you imagine you've got a prospect that's come in, a cold prospect, and they're telling you that we know they've clicked to WhatsApp. So maybe they've already messaged me on WhatsApp and I've got the phone number now. Maybe they've given me a phone number. Maybe they have clicked through and sent me a friend's request. But I know that Ollie wants to earn an extra 2,500 a month. I know he's got 1,000 to invest. I know he's hating the rat race at the moment. He's working full time. I've got all of this information about him. I can add a note to here. There's only me that sees this about him. Or I can send a chat message to him. Now, again, because we've gone backwards and forward and messed around with the database all the time, now the chat conversation that I see with Ollie is here within this members area. The chat conversation your prospect has is just in Messenger as normal. And the reason for that is that one prospect is only dealing with one member like yourself. As a member, you might have 200 prospects. So we need to be able to identify who we're sending this to. But I would just add a message here and it would be as simple as that. And the message
come through straight away to me, the prospect, immediately.
So has that come through okay?
Yeah, straight away.
Yeah. Do you want to perhaps show your screen and how that looks on yours?
Okay. So.
just looking at some of the, do they need to be told to put their country code in? No, that's not the same phone number. It doesn't matter how they put their number in. You'll just get that kind of as text in your members area, so they can put whatever they like in there.
So there's my, so let's come out of that again. Let's go back into it again. So there's my messenger. Go into messenger. The winners or winners circle right at the top. Go into that. There's my message. Hi, Ollie.
So that's the message I typed to Ollie.
And then please type your response below. There you go. Simple, easy as that.
Now, if Ollie, you see next to where he can type the text in, next to that are 3 lines, and that's called a burger menu. Could you just, if you open that up, you see this here, it says main menu, keyword, support and training. Now that is different for a prospect. So if Ollie clicked support and training, for example, and hopefully that works. Again, I think it's because it's we've messed around with it a bit too much. Perhaps if you click main menu instead. Yep, there we go. So this is the main menu that a prospect would see, and if you click support and training there, the support and training he would get would be from me. If you click opportunity, then at the moment, again, you guys will have to confirm whether this is what you actually want there. If you want to click opportunity. So this, what you have on here, and the picture is just loading up on that. Watch now is an 8-minute video. Who's the guy that's in the video? Roger?
Alex Morton.
All right, okay. So this 8-minute video just with an overview of what the opportunity is.
John,
Sign
can
up.
I stop for 1 second, John? 8
Yeah.
minute. It was like a 3-minute video we sent.
Oh well, I've not watched all of it, so
Oh, okay.
it was a 30-second video for me.
Just had me worried for a second. 3-minute video.
I'll put it in 3 times, so it's 9 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that just goes through to that the video.
Perfect.
There. Sign up is to your specific in Momentum URL link, so they would go directly through to your page. Okay, Ollie, do you want to stop sharing your screen now and look at some of the other features that we've got in here? So I'm going to share my screen again. This is all backwards and forwards, but there's tons of stuff going on. So. Okay, so here we are again. I've got to this just from the main menu, which is here. Now we've just had a look at invite and share DiVA, where we add our WhatsApp number, Facebook profile. Really, really important that you do that, because if you don't do that, it won't be offered to people at the end of that cold flow. The member area is where that's your prospect manager, if you like. And then we've got things on here. So we've got a video library. Let's have a look at what's in the video library. Fraser Brooks exclusive. So you've got a 5-day boot camp in here, which you can go and watch any of these videos. So we can, that's all there for you. There's Networking Times articles, some of the keywords that we have in here, some of the best practices for using the system, contacting myself and Ollie. It's usually Ollie, to be fair. If you don't like it, you can unsubscribe. And of course, the Facebook ad co-op. So let's have a look at this. Now, what I just showed you, this system is there for organic networking. You know, if you're just getting into this and actually you want to work your current circle or people that perhaps have gone cold over the last 6 months or something like that, it's there for that. You also have the option that if you're thinking, do you know what, I want to get involved in some paid traffic, some Facebook ads. Now, there's problems with Facebook ads. And the problems that we have with Facebook ads, as far as you guys are concerned, is one, they don't allow ads for network marketing. Two, they don't allow ads for Forex trading. So there's a lot of times that people will say, well, you know, what's your experience with Facebook ads? And it's, I've lost money, I've had ad accounts banned, I don't get anything passed, I don't get any results. We do these day in, day out. This is what we do. If you are aware of Fraser, his business partner Vincenzo Sanipoli, I work really closely with Vincenzo on Facebook ads. You know, between him and me, I don't think there's anyone doing more advertising within the network marketing space at all in the world. So you've basically got the A team working on ads for you. You don't need a business page. You don't need an ads manager account. You don't need to worry about the creative. You don't need to worry about the audiences. Or you don't need to worry about the budget. Basically, you can reserve a space on this from as little as $65. Now, if you came to me and said, John, can you run an ad campaign for me for $65? Once I'd stopped laughing, I would say no. It's not anything like enough money to actually get a decent campaign. But what we have an opportunity to do here is run a 2-week campaign for you, but everyone can get involved in it. And you can buy up to 5 shares, up to $325 US. And that puts you into our Facebook ad campaign. And as leads come in, as qualified leads come in, so remember, a qualified lead is somebody that has said what their current situation is, how they'd like it to change, how much they want to earn, that they've got money to invest, how much money they're going to invest, and how they want to continue the conversation with you. Yeah, you will get one of those leads. So not somebody who clicks on the ad, but somebody who is qualified. Yeah. So I know Simon will tell you stories of the lead generation company who just sent you week-old leads that never pick up the phone. They're giving you a lot of information in real time. They are there for you when you buy these shares. We run the ads, you just deal with the leads that come through and be qualified. Okay, so that's the Facebook ad co-op. That's some of the support and training stuff. That's a kind of big overview of what your winner circle DiVA system is doing for you. We're adding more and more features to this as we go. We've just got this functional. You've just seen that prospect area, which is all branded to you guys. It's using the orange for your colors. It's got your logos. Nobody else has this. So do you have any questions? And we can go back and have a look through any of this.
Oh, I've got loads.
Loads of questions.
Okay, so I was making a few things. There's one change I did notice straight away, and I saw Simon's head go up as Ollie was going through answering the questions, got round to answering the question about how much you're looking to make, and it said monthly, not weekly. Now, I know we'd made the change on the ads that we were doing. Yes,
yeah, you can do certainly any changes that you want to make. We can certainly make. And the ad co-op flow is different to the old
I know it
flow
is.
Because we don't want people typing responses in there. Because
yeah, I know it is. But I saw Simon's head go up, and I know that when it comes to IM, we pay weekly, and it is quite a unique selling point. But we have our guys on here getting paid every single Friday.
Well, as you know, we can change and will change anything you like.
Yeah, so we'll do that. Guys, can you mute your phones for the moment, please? Because I can hear someone. Right, Jamie, you for a start, but I can hear a few other people, so if we can mute you, please. Right, so Simon, you were going to ask a question.
Okay, one question. Was there going to be a generic 20-second voice note in there, but people can change it if they want to for themselves.
We're not putting a voice note in there. No, we can put a video in there at that point, or we can put a generic voice note in there. Your video is what you would be able to change. So on the card itself,
okay,
you would have your individual video in that.
Yeah, from conversations that we'd spoken to a few people in the team, and we do have some people in the team who don't feel comfortable with their own face and their own voice on there. And so that 20-second message that Simon had recorded, that's why we'd asked if we can have that in as a generic one, and those who want to change it can do. And those
well, there won't be a voice note. We can put a generic video in there.
Okay. All right.
We're just not using voice because about 70% of people won't be able to record a voice note.
I agree with you. So,
and
okay.
we will just end up with endless queries. How do I do a voice note? And
okay,
you can't.
That's fine. All right. So,
well, we can certainly do video. We can actually set this up, and it will have a generic photo in there. It will have a generic video in there. You know, all of that stuff can be kind of set as a default.
That's what we wanted. That's what we wanted, a default, basically.
Oh, yeah. If you want to provide us with those, that can be in there.
Okay. All right. In terms of, as you were going through the prospect systems, you were showing prospects and qualified leads. The difference between prospects and qualified leads, that won't be from the ad court. That's only going to be people who are sending their own messages out.
Those are your organic ones. So you know who you've invited. Yeah. Whereas, you know, if I'm putting 100 people in from an ad co-op, there is no need for you to see the people who can't be bothered answering. That's just going to clog everything up. So
that's just what I wanted to.
Ad co-op, you only get qualified leads.
That's exactly what we wanted. And that's, I just wanted to make sure we got that clear.
So yeah, your organic ones, you'll see if somebody has responded to something you've sent out to them.
Yeah.
And then they'll move from a prospect to a qualified lead. Once they've done that, yes, I want to know.
So John, you're saying the advert is $65. Does that work out to £50?
Correct.
Okay. So then how do people actually pay for that?
They just pay for that with a card payment.
No, what Simon means is where do they book it? They just literally tap in the app, yes?
Yeah. So when you go through, when you go to support and training, hit that Facebook ad co-op, reserve my shares. You click reserve 1 share or 2 share or 3 shares, 4, 5,
and that'll take you to.
And then it will pop up and say enter your card details, submit, done.
Easy as that.
Easy as that.
So that's actually part of the system. Fabulous.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. I was surprised to see support and training for prospects.
Well, support and training is only from the member.
Right. I thought it came across that it said support and training for prospects as well. That's how it came across to me. So prospect doesn't see that.
Support and training for a prospect is different to the support and training. No. So Ollie showed what support and training is from a prospect.
Yeah, I was just surprised. I was surprised that a prospect would actually see. I could understand a prospect seeing support and get in touch with us. It's the training bit that I thought was a bit surprising.
So that's something which needs to be there for everybody. So I can change that button, but that would change for members and prospects. So so I can certainly change the wording from support and training, but that will change for everybody.
Right. Okay.
Because a permanent menu is a permanent menu. It can't be.
Right. It's not two separate menus.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. All right. Okay. Got that. Could we just call that just support? Because Simon, we could just call that support, couldn't we? If we just had it support, that would mean a prospect clicks support
100%.
and gets back to the person. But for the team, we'll know that if they click support, they're going to see training as well.
Yeah.
That would make more. Can we do that, John?
So what happens if one of the team want to ask a question to the corporate guys, either you or Ollie? Where is that the support button that they tick?
That is the support button, which is changed now.
Within that
Training
menu
is
when
no
you
more.
click it.
So when you click support, not support and training, then as a member, you're going to get that carousel, and on there is support from us, from myself and Ollie.
Perfect. Okay.
Good. Okay,
So let's look at some of the questions that the team had got. So, because I saw some good questions. I got a message. I got a private message from me from Andy Brown, and I'd been talking to Andy because Simon and I have been testing this for a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I've kind of formulated my own script for the way that I'd been responding to people, and I said I was going to do something for the team. Andy wanted to know: is it possible? Is there a way that we could put those scripts into the back office so it goes in that support and training section?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think what's always useful to do is actually when people start using this, we'll come on and we'll do specific trainings. So we'll do one of these sessions, but it won't be a long one. It'll be, here's how we set up.
Yeah.
Record that. That can go in support and training. So it won't just be Fraser in there. It will be, you know, in that best practice section, it could go in there, or
yeah,
you know, wherever.
Well, as it happens, I was working today. I was actually setting up, and this is for all the team guys. So Andy, this is your answer to your question. But I've been working today on a video that will do exactly that, and I will talk you through how I've been answering some real leads. So rather than put the slides in, I will put a video in there that answers that, but offline, outside of DiVA, we'll make sure that on the Winner's Circle website, there's a PDF that you can download, so you can just copy and paste them. So you'll have.
We could probably download that, send that PDF straight in the bot as well.
Okay, well we can do that. That's perfect. So you can have both.
You can have both.
Um,
we can do everything.
Perfect. And what I'll do is, I'll make the video. I'll run it past Simon, because Simon's approach to handling the leads is different to my approach to handling the leads, and I'm not having a pop. Yeah. Simon's approach is kick him in the head until he gives him the telephone number. But we've got two different approaches, and you've got to see what works for you as much as anything else. But we're going to give you a pattern, and we're going to give you a message. So, okay. So, question from Angela: are the ad budget leads proportional? I would sincerely hope so, but
yes. Yeah. So if I've got one share and Roger has 2 shares, he will get twice the leads that I do, and it's in a rotation basis. So it goes by who's bought them first as well. So if I'm the first to buy a co-op share, I get the first lead.
Yeah.
And then Roger's bought the next 2 shares, so he gets the next 2 leads, and then Simon's got the next 3 because he was splashing out. So he gets the next 3 leads, and then Ollie's got 1 share, he gets the next 1 lead. And then if that's all the people in the co-op, next lead that comes in comes to me. So yeah, it's just in that rotation that they get split out.
So John, roughly then, let's say 60 people all buy 1 share.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's going to be £3,000. Okay. Roughly, in your opinion, how many leads do you think will come through?
Well, again, it's very difficult, and when if I put a number on this, I'm not committing to you will get X number of leads, because this is Facebook, and they very much like to move goalposts. Time of year makes a difference. Our audiences, how advanced those are, make a difference. Realistically, I think that a 1 share in a co-op should bring in maybe 10 will be the minimum. 10 leads would be the absolute. 10 leads would be the minimum I would expect.
Okay.
That was the
I would
kind
like
of
to think
number
we could be closer to 20, but
we've been in our heads. We've been thinking 10 to 12. So if you get more than 12, we're good
I
with it.
think that's pretty fair. I would be optimistic we could do a bit better, but
Yeah. Well, let's
you know,
let's stick with what we think is reasonable, and if we I'd rather undersell and over deliver. Yeah.
yes,
So if we
yeah,
think 10 to
yeah.
12, yeah, and you happen to get 14 or 15, then you just know that John and Ollie are doing an amazing job for you, and you know where to send the drinks at Christmas.
Yeah.
So, okay, question from Suk: Is there a template for the card or whatever we want? I'm not
I
quite sure
don't
what you
understand.
mean by the template for the card, Suk. The design of the digital business card is laid out.
Yeah.
You're just going to put your own 20-second video, which is your personality in there, but it is important that that's 20 seconds. And Simon will tell you from trying to make a 20-second video, it's not as easy as that sounds, because you want to tell your life story. You ain't got time to tell your life story. It's really not much more than hello, my name is Suk, and then a big smile. That's really all that you want as well in there. Is that not correct, John?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some. I think it's important to get your personality across in this. If you try and read out parrot fashion some script that somebody else has made, it doesn't come across as authentic.
Yeah.
So if you're just really natural, hi, this is me. This is where I've come from. This is what I've managed to achieve. I'd love to be able to share this with you. Hit learn more, and I'll catch you at the other end. Job done.
Yeah.
And don't worry as well. Don't worry if you make a mistake. Don't.
Some of the best ones.
Yeah, they are
some
the
of the best
ones.
ones. They've made a mistake and they've left it in.
Yeah.
They are the best ones. They're authentic. Honestly,
yeah.
You may think we're joking, but they are authentic and don't come across as scripted. So, when we first had this idea and I did my first video, I'm not going to lie to you, it took me 40 attempts.
Really?
And I had to get it perfect. And in the end, the one that was the best was the one that had a mistake in it. So honestly, don't fear it. But we're going to be here to support you anyway and help you.
So the idea of the template, Suk, it's not a template like handing over a traditional business card. What you're actually doing is just sending them a message with your personal details and a link to get them into the system. So we have lots and lots of congratulations for you and lots of people happy with you. Tammy's making magnets for a taxi. Cool way to do it, Tammy. So let's get to questions. Okay, so Angela, you already answered the question about putting their country code in. They'll already have their country code in their phone number anyway, won't they?
Possibly, but even if they type it in, it's important for you to get it right on yours because we use those for certain system elements.
It's not.
For the prospects, it's just text.
Yeah.
They could type in a phone number. Oh, call me at 10 o'clock, and that would be sent across to you. So.
Okay. Excellent question from Andy Brown. Will there be a new ad campaign every 2 weeks?
That's the plan.
Perfect. That's exactly what we want to hear, because the one thing that we do have to say to you guys, and we've been saying this on the calls when we haven't had John and Ollie around, but this is about filling a pipeline. Don't expect this to be spitting new distributors out next Monday. This is about filling a pipeline. And once you've filled that pipeline up, you've got to keep it full, because the day you stop doing those, a week later or 10 days later, your new distributors will stop coming out the other end. This is a process, and this is a way of building a secure business for a lifetime. If you keep that pipeline full, once it's done, once they're coming through, this is what's going to take those positions, those guys that are going to win that competition that Chris Terry has put up. This is where it's coming from having a pipeline full. And this is what will make people in this team Chairman before Christmas, Chairman 25 before Christmas, Chairman 100 next year. This is what will do this. There's no two ways about it. So looking through, Nicola asked me a question about how do prospects get divided. Nicola, your question should have been answered by now. Prospects are divided out in equal rotation, first come, first served, but it's one per share, and then we move on. Andy Brown, Andy, I know your answer to your question. The option to pass a qualified lead to another DiVA member, no, can't be done. I did ask the question. I did ask John the question whether we could do what you asked for, but Facebook doesn't permit it. So at the end of the day, because we're using Facebook as a source of leads, we simply can't do that. The only way, if you happen to be in the air, if you want someone else to pick up your messages, they're going to have access to your messenger account. That's the only way that's going to happen. So Jody,
one of the things that because when you asked about this, and obviously Andy, we want to do everything that you ask for, but that definitely isn't something that we can do. I'm sat in the dark here now.
Yeah.
But I bought just the cheapest phone I could possibly buy, because I tend to have to test on 2 different accounts for whether things are working, and I have one which I treat as a prospect and one which is real. You could get this, you could essentially set up a business Facebook profile, so a separate Facebook profile on a cheap phone, and if you're not going to be able to be answering messages, leave that phone. It's for nothing other than answering business requests. So like a personal business profile, if you like. So that's possibly something you could do and sign up with that.
Just like drugs dealers do.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's see what else we've got. So just saw another question. Do we this is a question. Where do we add the URL for our specific IM links? You blew me away when you asked me this earlier on today, John, and you said you wanted to link this through to IM. I gave you my link and I gave you Simon's link.
Yeah. So when you go through the sign up process, one of the questions that you're asked, and you didn't see it on that, is the very first thing when you initially go through the registration process, not the making the card, is what's your IM user ID?
Perfect. Now I understand it.
And again, I've tried to make it really obvious, because the URL is always the same.
It is. You're right.
And then it just says equals and then your user ID.
That's correct.
So all I'm doing is sending everyone that URL and attaching the individual's user ID to it.
Just get your heads around that, guys. You send someone a DiVA card and they click sign up and it takes you straight through to IM and they can register from that. None of this faffing about in your back office trying to figure out which one do I send or whatever. Just hit that, bingo, it's gone. You sign up just by sending that. That's the coolest thing, guys. And my eyes popped when I saw that, because you didn't tell me that was coming. So I was seriously impressed with that one. So let's just look. Is it not worth being able to say in the original message, it's not about selling products? Jody, we're keeping this, by the time people are coming through to us, we're just qualifying people on what they want, not that we're telling them anything.
Mm-hmm.
But they actually come to us not knowing anything. By the time we actually have the conversation, that's about the very first thing that I tell people. And in fact, when I said before that I'm going to do a video that we'll put into the back office, I'll make sure that that's addressed in there. But it can be the very first thing that you say to people, that we're an academy that we teach people how to make money without having to go out and sell to anybody. So it won't go into the flow, but it will be the very first thing that you get to tell people.
What you may find is that there are, as we all start using this, and again, this is so cool that you guys are kind of part of the beta advanced party, is that you know what? If we could send somebody some content which did this, or if we could change the wording to say that, we can do that. Whilst we've been on this call now, we've done things like, you know, I've made simple changes. So it doesn't say how much do you want to earn monthly, it's how much you want to earn weekly. It says that now. Instead of support and training, it just says support now. You know, we can do these changes. This is your system. We can change this. If you want to make a change, go to Roger and Simon and say we want to make the change. Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's a group consensus that something needs to be amended or changed or made better, we will do that for you.
Okay.
Every time.
Okay. So we've got a question from Ali, and the question from Ali: sending your URL to a prospect by Facebook, Messenger, LinkedIn, or whatever. Is there a message that you can include by way of an explanation?
Yes. Yeah. If you're doing it on an iPhone, then there's a little text box underneath, which I'll just share my screen again, show you where it is. I think on Android there isn't.
No, Android there isn't, but on iPhone there is.
But if I go to my main menu, so if you're sharing in Messenger, use the card. Do not share the URL in Messenger. And the reason for that is that it will generate a preview image. Now that preview image, if you don't click on the link, the actual text of the link itself, then it won't be specific to you. They need to click on the actual text. So if you're going to put this in a post on Facebook or send it anywhere, just delete the preview or make it the last thing you add in. So if it's a Facebook post, put your text in, put the image in, put the link in last. But anyway, back to this. Still here, you know, it's so that's then sent with a little bit of text with it as well.
Yeah. So there you go, Ali. You can put whatever message you like in and make it as personal as you like. Yep. Okay. Angela wanted to know, what did Jamie do at the beginning of the call? Asking the chat group after Angela, because we need to carry on with this. David Lawton, is it easy to keep track on where we're up to with each lead from our initial contact sign up?
So in that notes section for each prospect, you're going to be able to, you can add tags to people. So right there at the start, and this is going to have some even more functionality to it. That if I show you in the members area, so what we can do here, when it pops up. So let's head to my prospect area. Now you see I can view the prospect, or I can add a tag to a prospect. So you can see there, send info. So what we can do, some of these tags are actually going to have some functionality in the bot. So if it's send info, it could be, well, we're going to send a company video, or we're going to send something else. It could be, so look, where else we got? Hot prospect, so I can put that they're a hot prospect. We can put discard the lead. You know, so we can actually make our own notes on these. You've got the notes area as well. So if I go to view Ollie, this comes up in the notes area. So this is everything that we've got on there. But I can go,
handsome dude.
Broke. So I can put a note. You know, I've had a conversation with him. Oh, this dude's got no money. Right, let's put those sort of things on there. So there's ways that you can keep notes and keep track of the things that people are doing. But you know, if it's you know, it could be a case of when we put hot lead, it fires the. You've been having this conversation with them, right? Put the tag hot lead, that's going to send them the sign up link and a video of what they've got to do next.
Okay.
You know, you can do it all there.
Okay. Daisy has a great question, and it's something that we talked about the last time all four of us were talking, and that is, does the webinar link get sent out automatically, or do we send out manually? In the first
so the webinar
instance,
link, this is something, because you've only just given me the login details for that,
Yeah.
and it's actually quite a complex one to put in place.
well,
That
in the first instance, can I just do the first instance, and you'll say what you're putting in the back end? Because in the first instance, the webinar link, Daisy, going to be better if you have the conversation and you send you do a personal invitation to send the webinar out, just the same as you would say, I'd like to invite you to go and look at a Zoom, or can I send you a video? Can I send you to and I wouldn't use the word webinar, I'd just send around and say send to a presentation. But having said that, then, John, I'm going to let you explain what you're going to be doing with it.
So my thoughts are there's going to be two ways to send the webinar. The first one will be what we currently have, saying that it's the warm market card, which is going to essentially be an invite to webinar card. So these are people who you've already been speaking to, and actually you don't need that pre-qualification. We know that they've got some money, you've been having a conversation, you already know them. It's not cold, not a cold prospect. Here you go. Next step is I need you to come and jump on this webinar. Yeah. The other thing that we're going to have is the tag. So the tag will trigger that feature, which will be, here's your invite to webinar flow. Now, because we're doing it in EverWebinar, it's quite clever because it will allow them to register for the specific times that the webinars are going on, or whichever way it's set up. So you won't need to do anything. It will either be send them the webinar opt-in card instead of your cold card, or trigger the webinar through the tag manager. It could even be part of the cold market flow at the end, that one of the options is watch the webinar. So there's lots of different ways of getting to the same point, but it's whichever way you want to use it, really.
What the four of us have been discussing over the last couple of days was that in the first instance, we invite them to the webinar. But when we get instances where prospects don't respond to us, because you will find people that you start talking to them and they just stop responding. So at the end, there is a time limit that we can actually send these messages out automatically by. So at the end of that time limit, just before the last minute, we were talking about John sending out a last minute invite to anyone who hasn't engaged with us.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll then get a webinar.
We're certainly going to do all of that. Realistically, if somebody has not engaged with you within 24 hours, that's it, they're not going to. So we can send this content to keep that 24-hour window open. If they're just not engaging, if they're not interested, spend time on the people who are interested.
From experience in the last couple of weeks, what I have found is, sort of the day after we get a lead through, if they haven't sent me a message, I'm just sending them a message that just says, just before I close your contact, you said you wanted this, are you still interested or not? And when I say just before I close it, people are now responding. So it's only a last minute throwaway. It's, they're either dead or they're not. It takes me a minute to put that message because I'm copying and pasting it. And it does reactivate some of them, but still, as John said, you can't get blood out of a stone. If they're not interested, they're not interested. Mm-hmm. So let's look. Question from Amrit. Great question from Amrit. If someone decides to take a share or more in the ad campaign, if it's running in the middle of a campaign, do we have to wait until the next campaign, or does it start straight away? I would have thought it would wait until the next one.
You will. The way we've set this up is that when we close buy-in for co-op A, buy-in for co-op B then opens. So you'll always be able to buy a share, but practically I need to be able to cut off and say, right, Sunday night, midnight, co-op A is closed, because I need to set a budget for for the ad campaign,
Yeah.
which starts the following day.
Okay.
So yeah, there is a cut-off point, and once they pass the cut-off point, then tough.
Let's do that
Next one.
right now. Once we've got you online, this system is live when we finish this. Let's give a cut-off day for ad campaign 1. What's our cut-off day?
Sunday night.
Sunday night. Sunday works better for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, guy. What time Sunday? Be specific.
So anybody who wants to get into the ad campaign, they need to say they want 1, 2, 3, or 4 shares.
Or 5.
So it will, let's say 8 p.m. Sunday, because I'm not staying up all night waiting for that.
So
So
you've got
8 p.m.
that now,
Sunday,
guys.
that'll be
That's in
great.
concrete.
Okay.
That is set in concrete, and we're not changing it. 8 p.m. on Sunday night. If you want to take an ad spot, you've got to book it. You book it inside DiVA. You simply go into the support area, see the ad carousel, click whether you want 1 share, 2 shares, 3 shares, 4 shares, or 5 shares. The price is on there. It's priced in US dollars. It's then going to take you to a payment center. So you just pay for the ad. That's it. End of story. If you're not booked on those ads by 8 p.m. on Sunday, then you're missing out for the first 2 weeks. So by
Don't
8
forget,
p.m.
guys,
Sunday,
the ad's done, the system's done. All you got to do is just pick up the phone and get ready to respond to people. It's that simple.
tell you now, guys, that ad's written and that ad is working. Simon and I know that ad's working because we've already had leads from it. We know that it works. So all you've got to do is you hit the button. The first ones that hit the button tonight will be seeing leads coming through on Monday. So great question, Amrit. So that's got that covered.
So, John, just from this ad campaign,
Mhm.
let's say, because we've got, let's go 90 people on this call now, and let's say 30 of them haven't got a DiVA. So they're going to get the DiVA straight away, but they also want to get in the ad campaign.
Yeah.
And let's say there's going to be, let's say there's going to be 100 cycles or 100 campaigns. So that's all okay, and that's just give it up and then just get that done.
So, sorry, the 100 campaigns.
No, he means 100 shares bought.
100 shares.
Yeah.
Yeah. There isn't a limit on the number of shares that we can put into it. You know, if it's 3,000.
So if there were 60
okay,
people and everybody bought 5 shares, that's fine.
that's fine.
And if 60 people just bought 1 share, that's fine. It's just,
That's fine.
it is what it is.
Yes.
Right, that's it.
That's a massive benefit.
Yeah. Okay, so
Massive.
so you don't have to worry, you know, do I panic, will I get my share or not? As long as you order in time, you will get your share of those leads coming through.
Yeah, you will. And when we say it's going to start on Monday, what happens is we submit the ad, or I will submit the ad. It should be running on Monday. Depending on where you are, you will start getting leads in, but don't. It might be, hopefully it'll be Monday, it might be Tuesday. You will get leads. Don't panic.
And they come through when people get them, because I've had people clicking on these messages at 2 o'clock in the morning, and it's a bit like winning a trade. You wake up and there's 2 leads waiting for you. Yeah. So, you know, they click when they click. It's when they take profit, isn't it? So, let's just take a look. Malcolm wants to know what's the difference between in what a prospect sees between warm and cold. It's just a slight difference in the
don't use your warm one yet. That's just concentrate on the cold one for now.
Okay.
The warm one will be the webinar, which it's not pre-qualification. It's, you know, register for a webinar.
The warm one that we're doing, this was actually Ollie's idea the other day, which we thought was a brilliant idea, because what we're going to do with that is we're going to set up a flow that you can send to all of your prospects that you've spoken to in the past that have just sort of gone quiet or whatever, and we can just reintroduce them. So, you know, people like Jamie, who follows up a million times, will just be able to just send that out and send it out to everybody that's got on the go that hasn't yet come through. So that will be something astonishing. We have got a boatload of questions here, so I'm going to start zipping through these.
Can I
So
answer a few while you're zipping through them?
yeah,
I saw a few that I can answer while you're zipping through, if that's
okay.
helpful.
Well, you start shooting ahead then.
Okay, so I saw somebody ask about, or said that John mentioned that Facebook always changes the goalposts, or often changes the goalposts when doing advertising, and what would happen if an advert was taken down. If that were to happen, then we would just put up another advert. That's, you know, if that happens, you're not going to suddenly lose your money and we're going to run away and say goodbye and leave you to it. That's not going to happen. What we would do is we would put up another ad, submit another ad for it to go live, and then we would continue with that ad co-op with the same spend, whatever that budget was for ad co-op. So
yeah, the co-op runs.
really don't need to
We
worry.
run ads until we've spent the budget.
Yeah. And also, in answer to another question, you're right. There is a lot of information to take in here, and we are here to support you. But not only that, with Simon and Roger and however they decide to run it, we can do like a 5-day or a 7-day drip feed type live boot camp where we take you through not a long presentation like this, but maybe a 5 or a 10-minute presentation where we show you snippets of the system in bite-sized chunks, if you like, so that you really get to grips with it and understand it and are able to digest it. And then obviously you've got the live chat support function within the carousel in your members area, and that will come through to both myself and John. I'm often giving sort of live one-to-one or one-to-many type trainings to support you. The system is only as good as your understanding of how to use it. So I will support you to get the best use out of it that you possibly can. And if that means staying up to 3 o'clock in the morning, which I often do, then that's what I'll do. So if you need my support or John's support, you know, I mean, he won't be up at 3 in the morning, I will. But if you need our support, we are here to support you to you know, to help you realize and understand the power of what you've got in your hands. And as Roger said earlier on, you know, the system is designed to weed out the people that talk about it being scam or being a pyramid scheme or being this or being that. It weeds them out. It only brings through people that have gone through that line of questioning, that have provided you with the answers, so you can tailor your conversation, your converting conversation to exactly what their needs are, and not need to worry. You know, it's been designed for the network marketing industry, designed so that so it minimizes procrastination. It minimizes the fear of rejection. You've got all the support in the world from us and from Roger and Simon, obviously. And we are here for you. So, and another thing, you know, just people say to me all the time, oh, you know, this is a really silly question, but honestly, it's not a silly question. If you don't know and you're stuck, just ask it. It's always been preloaded with the silly question, and it's never been a silly question. If you need to ask it, I will support you and we will support you and we'll get it answered so that you can go ahead with confidence in using the system.
Okay, so guys, you need to slow down with the questions now, because I've been scrolling through millions and I've still got 70 messages to look at yet. And a lot of you are repeating the same questions. I will just say, just to back up what Ollie said, in the last month or so that Simon and I have been working with John and Ollie, Ollie's one of the few people that works as late as Simon and me, because we're having silly conversations between the three of us at 1, 2 in the morning. These guys are 100% here for you. We send in requests, and I look at the questions that Simon sends, and I think, I can't believe he sent that at this time of night. And Ollie answers like that, you know. So And at the same time, as he said, he's up really, really late. John's up really, really early. Between them, we have absolutely have got you covered. So a lot of people seem to be getting the knickers in a twist about the ads campaigns. Everyone will get your share of the ads. However many slots you want, there is one for you. The only restriction is the time. Have you booked it before 8 p.m. on Sunday? If you book it before 8 p.m. on Sunday, you will get your ads. And you will get your fair share of ads in strict rotation. It's a machine spitting them out. The machine isn't turning around and giving prime leads to one person and crappy ones to someone else. The machine doesn't know. It's just tossing them out. It's this man's turn, this one's turn, this one's turn, this one's turn. It's just like coming out of a machine gun. And I'll tell you now, guys, if we've got 100 slots sold, I know what John said. He's trying not to commit himself to what's going to happen specifically. But with 100 slots sold over the space of a fortnight, they will be coming out like a machine gun to the team. They might not be coming out mega fast to you overall, you individually, but if you happen to have 6 people in your team that have got a DiVA, there's a lot of leads going to your team, and your team is going to grow. And the more people that you bring into this business and you get them to take a DiVA system as soon as they come in, they will grow faster and you will grow faster. And that's why we will have chairman hitting in this organization faster than any other organization in the company. And there's even more messages now. Jesus. Okay, so yes, we'll just keep doing a big round.
The interesting thing is, you know, guys, that I've been around it for 32 years, networking, I've always had to design my own advert and place it through newspapers. That is a tough deal, because I used to have to, not lie, but I used to have to box clever in getting the ads in, because some of the newspapers wouldn't take network marketing ads. So it's like, with this, it's all done for you. Now, one question I'm going to ask, who the person hasn't asked, and he sat on the screen, he lives in Australia. What will happen if Louis wants to get an ad campaign? Those people are going to be based in the UK. So Louis will have to basically be prospecting somebody remotely. Yeah?
You mean if he takes part in the campaign?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's going to be a UK campaign.
Do you know, if you say to me, can we make it UK, Australia, US and Canada, we can do that.
We can do anything.
Yeah, we can do anything. It's, you know, those are classed as the tier 1 countries. They are the most expensive countries, but we can do it. You know, you are in an online global business to say, well, I only want leads from around here. You're not going to go and meet them. So yeah, by all means, have leads wherever you like. You know, guys, Simon, Roger, it's entirely up to you. If you say, listen, can we expand where we're going to run this ad to? Yeah, dead right, we can.
Well, I did. I was doing Google ads last year, and I was targeting UK and Ireland, Canada, Australia, USA, basically places that had English as their primary language.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that that's perfectly doable.
Oh yeah.
From your point of view.
I'm doing it for several clients now, where we're just going all of tier 1 countries.
Yeah, I mean, that, to be honest with you, that opens up the target audience. Would that reduce the cost per lead?
No, it's more or less the same. It's a bigger audience. It doesn't seem to have a massive effect on lead cost.
Okay, all right.
If anything, I would say, including the US, because Facebook ads are an auction, and that's the big market.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So the US tends to be a little more expensive. It's not a massive difference.
if we targeted those countries, the lead would automatically identify which country they're coming from, wouldn't it? Facebook would identify it from them.
Well, Facebook. You can look in Ads Manager at where they're coming from.
I think for the moment, this first campaign, whilst we're doing this beta campaign, we've got it set for the UK. So let's just do.
Yes, I mean audience size.
Yeah.
Is probably going to be somewhere in the region of 1 to 1.5 million people.
Yeah.
In that first audience, so we're gonna have to spend a bit to burn through them.
Yeah. So let's for the moment, for the first phase, this first test that we're doing right now, because remember, you guys right now, I need you guys feeding information back to us, because the more information we get back to John and Ollie, the better we make this system.
Yeah. And
you've already heard John say there is more stuff that they've got planned. They haven't told us about yet, but there is more stuff that's going to come. DiVA will just get better and better and better as time goes by. But it's feedback from you guys that will make it better.
Yeah. Could I ask, could you collate that feedback rather than everyone just pinging us saying, can you change the wording on this, can you change the wording on that?
What I was going to do was just create a Google Sheet, a Google Forms sheet, so I can collect information on that. Everybody can just go in and put information in. Tell me what information you need. Just send me a private message afterwards. Tell me what information you need, and I'll make sure that we collect that data for them, so we can get information back to you. Because otherwise, we would drown you very quickly in responses. Okay, guys, it's getting late. We've been on for a long time. John's already in darkest Manchester anyway, so.
Technically, I'm in darkness most of the time.
That's why it was called Darkest Manchester. So I'm only a few miles away. I am only a few miles away. All right, so.
Right, so that leaves us to, how do people get it?
That's the question. That's the big question right now.
So we've got the people who have bought the beta. Now I'm going to send you a message, and I think there's maybe 3 who it didn't trigger properly. So you're going to need to get us those names. If you're on the beta, you're going to get a message from Superstar Bots with a specific link to click through, which is going to take you through to Winner's Circle. Right? So you're going to start receiving that now. I want you to action that. I want you to go through it. I want to get yourself set up. Now, for those people who have not bought in on the beta, you can still get in, but that kind of way of getting into it is now closed. So I'm going to send you, I'm going to put in those comments there. There's a website where you can go and click through to register and pay for this. And you can go and do that now. Okay? You'll be able to go in, you'll be able to get your subscription, you will be able to buy your shares. The guys who were not on that list, who we've kind of lost a couple of emails somewhere, we'll be able to get those to you separately, and obviously Roger and Simon will sort you out with those. And that's it. You can just get in there. Now, I've had to do some playing around because ideally, because you kind of bought on one system, we're trying to go to another. So it should work. I'm presuming it'll work fine for you. Again, as long as we know what's going on, you don't need everybody to inundate us saying it doesn't work, because we will know. So as soon as I can see people going through it, it should be fine.
Okay. Well, we're already seeing the messages coming through saying they've got theirs. I haven't got mine, John. So.
Well, you didn't pay for it, did you?
So
no,
guys,
this is people who have gone in through that beta.
I know.
Superstar Bots. So those people have just had their message with the link to click through and go and get in there. Go and get it set up.
We're seeing the messages right now. So guys, that's it for the moment. Set yourselves up tonight. I think we've given you as much as we can. Start making comments in the Phoenix group tonight. Tell people just exactly what you've seen. Tell people just how cool this is going to be. Anyone has questions, put them in the Phoenix group tonight. Simon and I will try to answer them as much as we can. We know that that chat is going to go absolutely off its head, but get them in there. Let's let everyone. Remember what I said before, the more people in your team that have got a bot, the faster your team grows. If you want to hit chairman this year, get as many people as you can on it. If you want to hit chairman 25 this year, it's doable. And guys, that's 25 grand a month. And this is the tool that will get you to do it. Simon, anything you want to say to finish it off?
I'm just really appreciative of John and Ollie. I think the system is done. And I tell you now, if the people embraced it, realize that they don't have to place the ad, word the ad, I tell you now,
some things shouldn't be shared with the whole
it's a license to print money.
Some things should, like nutritious Cheerios.
Right, guys, someone's unmute yourselves for a minute, please, guys, because we need to wrap this off. John, yeah, guys, John, Ollie.
It's like, yeah, I just think it's something that you folk need to really get to grips with. I know we're all busy trading and everything else, and that's all exciting.
Wasn't us, was it?
But for me, hand on heart, I'm a networker. And I will far rather do this side of the business than trading. Because if you had a team of, let's say, 1,000 people all trading, that's no benefit to you. You do not make money from those people trading. But if you had 1,000 people all getting involved with the advertising and the team building, you will make a screaming fortune. We are in network marketing. We're not in not-work marketing. Big difference. Big difference. So my leaving piece is thank you to Ollie and to John. Really appreciate it. And also to Roger. Roger's been doing a massive amount of work in the back scenes. So appreciative to all of you guys. Thanks again.
Thanks for that.
Also, trading separate to the academy.
Guys, please, for one moment. I do have to add, John and Ollie, you guys, you put up with calls from us at all times of night and unreasonable requests from Mr. Brooks, but you deal with them all with great grace. Really do appreciate it all. Been a pleasure working with you, and I know we've got a long time coming for us all working together, so we're looking forward to a very, very bright future. Guys, that's it. I'm going to unmute everybody. People seem to keep unmuting them right now, so I'm going to unmute everybody. Say a big thank you to John and Ollie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Get some sleep.
Okay, bye guys. We're going to wrap it up. Good night, everybody. We'll speak to you tomorrow.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.